How did you become a medical writer? That sounds so interesting. Thank you for your question. So I became a medical writer in 2020. I was a pharmacist in London for 6 or 7 years before that. And then we moved country. We moved from the UK to Germany because my husband got a job in Germany. We don't speak German. I still don't speak German. And so I've been working in English completely remotely since 2020. And so I started my journey by making my own website and writing blog articles on my favorite topic, which is travel health, because when I was a pharmacist, I used to see all kinds of patients and give them advice on their trips. So wherever they were going, I would talk about what vaccines they need, if they needed malaria tablets and things like sunscreen and all of these really important things that you need to know before you travel so that you stay healthy while you're on holiday. And then that blog actually served as my portfolio. And my blog was free. I just bought a domain name, and that means a website name. And so that means I could use that link to send to clients to show them what I like to write about. And so I actually found my first client on Upwork. And on Upwork, they wanted me to have a look at all of their product pages and information pages on their online doctor service. So at the time, a lot of pharmacies and doctor surgeries didn't have a website. So they were all trying to create a website because you had to stay at home. So during that time, I learned things like search engine optimization, which is SEO. And I also learned about the structure of documents and headings and things like that. And then when I did pages for them, I built my portfolio to about 70 documents, which is so much content. And actually that helped me to find a recruiter on LinkedIn who came across my profile, and then I applied for a job at a medical communications agency. So that's how I got into it. And in the medical communications agency, they wanted me to do a similar job. So to review and rewrite or write completely brand new product pages for online doctors. So it was Asda Online Doctor at the time. It was top secret. But now the website is established, and that was through Zava Online Doctor as well. Another route that I got into medical writing was through winning a competition. So I wrote scripts for a YouTube channel. It was a health YouTube channel. It had about 280,000 subscribers at the time. And so they were looking for writers, but the catch was that you had to be a UK registered pharmacist. So about 900 pharmacists applied. And so I got to the final 20, and then we all had to write the same script on vitamin D. So write an engaging script to help inform the audience about vitamin D. And so I did, and then I won that competition. And so I was the kind of chosen one for writing scripts for that channel for about a year or so. And that was the same time as doing freelance work at Upwork for my client, for their online doctor. And then during that year of kind of freelancing, I built up my portfolio with the online doctor work and through the script writing. And also I didn't really need to keep up my blog because now I was working with real clients. And so my blog only had about 5 articles on it, and I'd never made a website before. So it was a real learning curve for me. And I'd never sat down to do a long piece of writing for many, many years. So when I graduated as a pharmacist in 2013, then I had my training year. I completed that in 2014. I passed the exam to be a pharmacist in the UK and get my registration number. And then, I worked as a pharmacist in community. So I was working in a shop. And then I didn't have a reason to do any kind of long pieces of writing. And I kind of just enjoyed social media. It was very different back then. But like everyone else, I was just using it for entertainment. So I never thought that it would be my job to actually write for the internet and write about health topics. And so it was really kind of nice alternative career to become a medical writer because it gave me the freedom and flexibility that I'd always wanted. So as a pharmacist, I was working as a locum. So that means that I would pick which pharmacies I want to choose at and see if they had availability. And then they would call me in kind of when they need me. So I didn't really want a full-time job where I would just stay in one place every single day from 9 until 7. So pharmacy hours were really long as well. And you would never know what kind of patient is going to call the pharmacy or even walk into the pharmacy. So it was, a different kind of way to live as a medical writer. And so working with home was different. It was really exciting because it means that, it meant that I was able to do whatever I wanted in my other time. So I did enjoy my full-time job as a medical writer at the medical communications agency, but unfortunately I was made redundant after a year. And that's what happens. Medical writing is kind of like you know the skill, and then you just need to find someone that needs you at the time that they need you. And so it's so important to know how to find clients and keep up your relationship with clients over many, many years. And so I've managed to do that successfully over the past 5 years. And so I've also built a community at the same time to help other people get into medical writing. And that's the kind of thing that kept me going for all of this time, because after I was made redundant, I'd never been made redundant before in my life. So it was like a really stressful experience. And then I got another job 3 months later as a full-time medical copywriter, but this time it was in-house. So I wasn't part of an agency. So I wasn't like working on lots of different clients. I was just working on the actual brand. And they had a recent investment for their company. And so they were hiring lots of people, and I was one of those people. And so at the medical communications agency, I was earning around 40 to 45,000 per year, and that's in Great British pounds. And then in the medical copywriting job, I was earning £55,000 and for the year. That again was in Great British pounds, but unfortunately the company didn't do very well, and I was made redundant after another year. And so after that, I went part-time, and then I actually left my job after a year and a few months because I wanted to do something different. So I'm still a medical writer now. I'm full-time freelance, and I also do content creation, which is mostly video. And I help other people get into medical writing. So while I have clients for medical writing, I do also create my own content, and I'm building my own businesses. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I hope you enjoyed this 7-minute ramble. And if you want to learn from me how to become a medical writer, then you should check out the link in the profile. And that's the medical writing guide that I've created from my experiences, and to help people to learn medical writing skills, learn how to build their portfolio, learn how to find clients, and then also how to have a good work-life balance as well. And you never know where medical writing is going to take you. It has taken me to so many lovely places, and worked with so many amazing brands like the NHS and YouTube Health and World Health Organization and the UK Health Security Agency. So if that's something that interests you, and you want a flexible lifestyle, or you want to work from home, or you want to just work from anywhere, then I recommend you check out the course that I've created, where I also give you feedback on your work. I look at your profile, I look at your portfolio, I look at your LinkedIn posts that you want to post and things like that. So check it out, and I hope to see you there. Thanks so much for your question. Bye.